Hey guys, it's Misty from the Book Rat, and this is the rest of my April book haul. So this is part 2 of the April books. This is everything else that I got in April. You can check out part 1 here. Most of these I bought. I actually hadn't bought books in a while, for me at least. So yeah, all of these ended up being books that I bought, except for 2 of them. So those 2 are The Savage Blue by Zoraida Cordova. This is the second book in the Vicious Deep series. I have reviewed The Vicious Deep, and I also read an excerpt of this for Friday Reads, so make sure to check those out. And of course I already told you about the Mermaid Anatomy vlog that Zoraida did last year. She also did another vlog this year for Savage Blue, so make sure you check it out. The other review book I got was Nothing Can Possibly Go Wrong by Prudence Shan and Faith Erin Hicks. I have reviewed Faith Erin Hicks' Friends with Boys before, so you can check that out if you want to. But that was definitely a big part of the reason that I was eager for this one. I really like her art style. Friends with Boys had a little bit of a supernatural paranormal element. This one does not. It's just, you know, straight contemporary, but kind of over-the-top fun contemporary. And it's kind of a high school battleground between the robotics team and the cheerleaders. Really fun and kind of kitschy. The rest I bought. From Amazon, I bought the first volume of the Sweep series by Kate Tiernan, which includes Book of Shadows, The Coven, and Blood Witch. I have read Kate Tiernan's Immortal Beloved series and absolutely loved it, loved her style, and it was really engaging. And so I've been wanting to read more by her, and I do have the Balefire series, though it is loaned out at the moment, but I've heard really good things about Sweep, and I know it's kind of had a resurgence in popularity lately with the bind-ups, so I had been kind of eyeing it for a while, and I was like, you know, if I wait, I bet I can get the first bind-up fairly cheap, and Amazon ended up having it for $4, so I snatched it up. And from Better World Books, I had a second haul. Every now and then I go through my wish list on there and clear out things that I've already got and just see, you know, how the prices have changed on things. And I noticed as I was going through my wish list that a number of the books that were on my wish list had bargain bin copies available, and there's an ongoing 3 for $10 bargain bin sale. So I decided to see if the copies were in good shape, and they were, so I went ahead and placed an order, and the next morning got an email that all of the bargain bin was 40% off. So for what I paid, I could have gotten another book, I guess, but still, 4 books for 12 bucks is, I can't be mad at that. The Unnatural Lists by Tiffany Trent. I'm not gonna lie, I've wanted this one for a long time, mostly because of the cover, because I really like it. It's steampunky and gorgeous, but I have heard good things about it too, so that made it, you know, keep a place on my wish list rather than just me eyeing the cover and coveting it. But yeah, hardcover for $3. I really couldn't pass that up. There Is No Dog by Meg Rosoff. I have been wanting this one since well before it came out, and I've been holding out for this edition, this cover, because I'm not a fan of the other covers that it has. But this one I love. It's really quirky and kind of magical realist. I'm definitely excited for it. I was a really big fan of How I Live Now, and I do have another book by her. I can't think of the name of it offhand, but I haven't read that one yet. But honestly, How I Live Now was strong enough and her style intrigued me enough that I'm not very hesitant to buy books from her, so this one I knew I wanted. Forgiven by Jana Oliver. This is the 3rd book in the Demon Trapper's Daughter series. I'm not a fan of how they changed the covers on these. The first 2 books are loaned out at the moment, so I can't really show you to compare, but this is what the UK style looks like, and I don't really like the whole disembodied person hovering over a city thing. The other ones were all like duochrome. It would be mostly monochrome with like a pop of one color. Just a really fun, quirky composition, and I liked that. So I'm not in love with how they changed the covers, but I am in love with the series. And again, it's one of those things that I think is a really good funk breaker, and I have no idea when I'll get to it, but it will probably be sooner rather than later because I really want to know what's going on with Riley after the way the second book ends. And the last book I got was Slide by Jill Hathaway. This has been on my wish list for so long now that I kind of can't believe that I hadn't bought it already. Part of it was because I didn't know if I wanted this US edition or the UK edition, which has this really fun, quirky, sort of offbeat cover, which almost looks like a movie poster, but in a really good way. I ended up going with the US, and I'm glad because this cover is even prettier in person. I don't think you're really going to be able to see the iridescent sheen that it has, or the way that if you turn the book a certain way, her face almost looks like a line drawing in a really cool way. Basically, I wanted this just because it sounds really cool. It's a unique, potentially interesting concept. It was one of those that just sounded kind of right up my alley, and I'm eager for, and had been kind of waiting to buy it because I knew I didn't really have time for it right now. But I'm not about to pass up a $3 hardcover, brand new edition of it. Just can't do it. And that wraps up what I got in April. So lots of goodies. And if I weren't already buried under books, I certainly would be. I think I need to quit my job and just read full time, so if anyone wants to fund that, call me. That's all for me for now. If you've had a really cool haul lately or got something you want me to check out, leave it as a video response and I will definitely do that. And let me know what you think of the books that I got in the comments. And that is all for now. As always, happy reading!